Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Well guys, in this video I'm going to give you a wonderful study plan, right, for academic as well as for general training IELTS. Okay, so get ready, and this study plan is more like a timetable. It's more like a schedule, and you have to follow this schedule the way I'm giving you this step-by-step schedule. You have to follow this and you will be able to get your desired band in IELTS. Okay, before we proceed, let me tell you I have prepared a study plan for academic reading and for general training reading. I know reading is the module where students are struggling. I have seen several students who get 6.5 as per their requirement in other modules, but in reading they get 4.5 and all that. Okay, so I have prepared a separate study plan where you will get handout, full reading test along with full video lesson where you will be able to solve that reading test with me question by question. There are tips, there are techniques and all that. Okay, so that study plan is paid. If you want to get that, you can just contact me on WhatsApp, and it's very economical, like I call it administrative fee. You can get that for that. Okay, now let's see. The first thing is, whenever you take any reading test, you need to see, when you start from part 1, where do you reach when you have the breaks. The breaks means your understanding stops. When I teach IELTS reading to my students, in part 1 they are very happy, so simple, and they find the answers as well. But as we proceed and we reach part 2, they become quiet in the class, there is pin drop silence, and when we reach part 3, they start scratching their head and they look at me as if I speak French in front of them and all that stuff. Okay, so it means when the level of difficulty reaches from part 1 to part 2, part 3, they are actually mindless there, they fail to understand. Remember one thing, for IELTS reading, the first thing is your reading comprehension, your ability to read English and understand English. Now, I know all of us can read English. We can read even the words which we do not know. Even we don't know the meaning of words, but we can read these words. It's not about reading, it's about comprehension. This is what they call reading comprehension. That if you read a paragraph, how much you understand. So the first thing is you need to improve your reading comprehension, and for that it's a good idea. Just pick up passages from old IELTS books like book number 7, 8, 9 and translate them into your mother tongue so that you understand that your comprehension is good. If you find new word of vocabulary, underline that word, find the meaning of the word in the dictionary on your mobile device and write that down and go on. So at least you can read 10 to 15 passages from part 1, 2, 3, old Cambridge IELTS books. So that's going to be very good for you. If you have problem, and this is the bottom, if you have problem at the bottom line, so you can just do that. Now, let's see. What you guys need to do, first of all, you need to get used to IELTS reading part 1. Whether you are academic IELTS candidate or you are a general training IELTS candidate, the first thing is get accustomed to part 1. If it is academic reading, in part 1, 2 type of questions are important. One is sentence completion and second is true, false, not given. So only practice part 1. And for that, if you want to use old Cambridge IELTS books like 10, 9, 8, 7, you can just do that, but only do part 1. Once you grasp part 1, once you grasp sentence completion and true, false, not given, out of 13, you're getting 10 correct answers, 11 correct answers, 12 correct answers. And by the way, for general training reading also, 2 type of questions are important in part 1. That is true, false, not given, and which paragraph contains the following information. For that, in Cambridge IELTS books 9, 8, 7, you will find 2 GT reading tests. So you can just go through these tests as well. Once you start getting 10 plus correct answers, now is the time to switch to part 2. Okay, and when you reach part 2, initially you will find it difficult. You will say, well, part 1 was easy, this is difficult, but don't worry. one test, second test, third test, but only do part 2, okay? And then you can do part 3. And once you reach, once you reach 13 correct answers, 12 correct answers, then you can go on to part 3. What do the students do? They take all the tests together. Like they start from question number 1, by the time they reach question number 24, 27, 28, 34, they don't understand because that English is not for them. That is the advanced level of English and they are not ready for that. So first through part 1 only, you will get ready for part 2. Then through part 2, you will get ready for part 3. And this is how systematically you will understand IELTS reading. The study plans that I have prepared, because I have noticed in academic as well as in general training reading, students are getting low band. They get their desired band in other modules, but in reading, they get half band less, 1 band less than their desired band. So for that, I have complete study plan where you will get the handout. You will solve 1 full test with me, and then I recommend solve 1 test on your own. Then next day solve 1 reading test with me through the study plan, and then solve 1 reading test on your own. So if you go through that study plan, within 10, 15, 20 days, you will feel the improvement. And you will see the improvement when you are solving 1 test independently. Initially, there will be 10 to 15 correct answers, then 18, then 20, then 24. So day after day, if you improve by 1 answer, in 40 days, you may reach 40 by 40 as well, okay? In order to get the study plan, my WhatsApp number is given. You can contact me for that. So guys, IELTS reading is more like cooking. More you practice and you're going to get perfection in that. I also teach IELTS online all over the world and in campus in Lahore. If you wish to be the part of my online or in campus IELTS classes, my WhatsApp number is given. You can contact me for that. We offer IELTS test booking service. We offer mock tests as well. And we offer IELTS evaluation service. If you want to get yourselves evaluated, you want to know your present level or your present bench score, we offer that service too. You can just contact us on WhatsApp. Asad Yaqub truly, wholeheartedly wishes you best of luck. Take care. Allah Hafiz.